we have a treat for y'all tonight. And tonight we're gonna talk about one, how it is that he's maintaining his businesses, how he juggles that, how he balances that, and just what keeps him motivated, what keeps him going, and how with his ventures, is it partnerships or is it just innovation all together? So we're gonna talk about all that tonight, y'all. So once again, I want to introduce my boy Chris, man. Thank you for coming on tonight, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So let's jump right into it, man, because I want people to understand that outside of your business, you are a dope person, man. So let's start from the beginning.
Appreciate it.
So you're from Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised?
Absolutely.
What hood you represent?
So Ward 7.
Ward 7.
Born and raised, man.
We
as a kid, we moved around a lot, man, but where I know to be home is Ward 7. I had, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different homes in Ward 7. So, Huff. If it's one place I'm gonna hang my hat on, I say Huff.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So let me ask you this. So growing up in when you graduate?
99.
99. Okay. I graduated 05. I know growing up for us, man. The aspect of entrepreneurship wasn't as vibrant as it is now. You know what I'm saying? So what moment in your life was it that made you say, okay, this is what I want to pursue, this is what I want to start creating these different businesses or whatnot?
Really when basketball became, not an option, you know what I mean? Always, since I became, good, in sport, always had that, we know it's only a small percentage that make it, but that's what we always got in our head, man, making it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always had that in my head until, I tore my knee up, tore the shreds, you know what I mean? And I was really sitting there thinking damn, you know what I mean? This is what they always talk about, you know what I'm saying? Really having that plan B. And I was always a smart dude, and I always, thought I could do and could do a ton of other things, and that's being represented right now with what I'm doing. But it wasn't until that moment I was really thinking all right, man, you gotta, really think about something else, you know what I mean? And think about it fast. And like I said, business and creating and doing my own was always me. So I knew at some point in time, you know what I mean, whether I played basketball first and then did it or had to go into it, at that point in time earlier, I knew it was always an option. So.
No, that's dope, bro. And I think the stigma with us as a culture, you know what I'm saying, rap, sports, you know what I'm saying, and we are the third option. But I like the fact that cause I know a lot of dudes who play sports, and after they play sport, they just tank. As far as they lost momentum, they lost their, you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
they hope, you know what I'm saying? And I think that you were able to pivot and spin out there is a dope thing. Man.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
No, that's what's up, bro.
You gotta be able to pivot in life, man.
No, absolutely, bro. There's nothing else. I understand completely. So let me ask you this. So what made you get into, so what was your first business? Let's talk about the first business.
The first business, technically, they call it, the first actual business was, I worked for Affleck, man. So they call it having your own, you know what I mean? Little Affleck.
Yeah.
So I had my own little Affleck thing, man. So I went out and walking the street, you know what I mean? Knocking on businesses' doors, people's doors, trying to sell Affleck, man. Accidental insurance, things like that. So that was my first, little jump into entrepreneurship. But really officially, 2016. So in 2016, and it's crazy because I know you do a lot with houses, and so I gotta tell a quick story real quick. So I had moved to Lakewood. I came back from Mexico, and I had moved to Lakewood. I had rented out my house, so I wasn't going to kick the people out. You know what I mean? I rented out the house too. So when I came back, I had ended up staying with a friend, and then probably it was 8 or 9 months or so like that. Right up under a year, and I ended up finding a little apartment in Lakewood. You know what I mean? I was it'd take me probably about a year to get my house. You know what I'm saying? To get in order, to be able to get a house. So I went out to Lakewood. So anyway, went out to Lakewood, and the bank that was there, the lady put me up on game, and she was like, I was in the process of really thinking about what business I wanted to do, and I wanted to now be able to figure out where I was going to access these funds from. So just like any person watching this, like you're saying, looking for a way to get in, this was another route, this was another way to get in to be able to access those funds. So I had owned a house. So Cleveland Housing Network had a program to where if you brought them $15,000, you know what I mean, if you came with $15,000, they'd give you this house, you know what I mean, this house that was worth like $50,000, $60,000. So anyway, that was a program. They only asked that you stayed in the house for 7 years, or you couldn't sell it for 7 years. And if you did, you owed them back, this $10,000. So you bring 15, the city of Cleveland meets you with 10, and if a 25.5, you can get this house. It was worth, $50,000, $60,000. Anyway, so I ended up getting that house and not really thinking too much of it other than just, having this asset, having this house. You know what I mean? I went into the bank and I was talking to one of the bank tellers about just, getting business loans and everything like that. And I forget exactly what I had filled out, but they said no. And we was having that conversation like, why is it easier for me to get a car loan or, you know what I mean, like, or a school loan, you know what I mean, for $500,000 than it is to get a business loan for 10 or 20 for half the price. So that's a conversation for another day. But she told me, she was like, Chris, I'm about to give you some gas. She's like, do you own your house? I'm like, yes. She was like, have you ever heard of the home equity line of credit? I'm like, not really. You know what I mean? Tell me about it. So she started telling me about it. She was like, you own house free and clear. She was like, so sit down, let me see what your house is worth. So we sat down, we looked at my house. My house was worth $94,000 at the time. So at that point in time, she was like, Chris, this was a Thursday. She said, call me back tomorrow. I called her back. We did our little thing on Tuesday. My account was funded with, I think, $82,000. You know what I mean? So with that, I was able to take that, and I went and I bought my first business, which was Grovewood Lounge and Grill. That was located over off Waterloo. So that was the actual first physical business. So the Wood Grovewood was the first one.
I don't want people to just skip past what you just said, bro, because I think when people think about funding, then they think, the typical way saving, all these different routes that, saying, no, not knocking it, by the way, these are all different maneuvers. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you leverage your house, and I think that's genius, by the way, to get funding for your business. And I think that a lot of people you gotta get creative. I think a lot of people miss the thought process of going to funding. You can partner with somebody. Partnership is another thing.
Right.
Someone might have the funds, you had the innovation, come together on that. So I just want to thank, once again, appreciate that, because I don't think enough people think about that. If you're in your home, listen, do what Chris said, you know what I'm saying? Take a line of credit out. Take up to 80%, if I'm not mistaken, out. That bank was 90, so everyone is different. Every bank we're dealing with, so I was able to take 90% out of what my, like, I'm talking about something like it was funded the next one. I was skeptical. I was like, for real, yo. Like, you own it? I'm like, yeah, I own it. Like, free and clear, no money's owed, boom, boom, boom. Outside of the little money I owed to, what's the name on the back end, though, but that was only if I sold it. Yeah. So I sat there, and like I told you, that Tuesday, I woke up, and then I'm like, oh, you serious? Like, so I called the old lady back, like, I got the bread, went, and like I said, I was able to open up that first business, and, on from there, I was able to balloon that, and take that, and then now like I can't even I have to literally physically count the businesses. So let's talk about that, Chris, man. So let's talk about that, because so one of the questions I like asking everybody on the show, what are some, and not saying a pitfall, but what are the obstacles you think that go into being an entrepreneur?
Everything on you, man. Like everything on you. Like when you work for somebody else, I mean, it's on them. You know what I mean? Like you get up, you can get up and decide not to go to work that day. You know what I mean? Call in like, I ain't feeling good, but like I said, when you're the owner, ain't no off days, man. It's all on you. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, but it is the single hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. Is, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like you being held, like you got to hold yourself accountable. You know what I mean? Like the business is only going to run if you there to run it. You know what I mean? And I've had my days of just being lazy. And anybody who know me know like I work hard. But I'm hard on myself, so I always want to do better. But I've had my days where you know what I mean, like where I didn't get the results I wanted, but I ain't put in the work either. You know what I mean? I'm be honest, I ain't put in the work that I could have. You know what I mean? And even like today, I sit back and I could have did. You know what I mean? I could have knocked this out. And like I said again, I know the train of thought when it comes to a lot of this. You know what I mean? Like you can't overwork yourself and everything like that. But some people find solace. You know what I mean? Like in work. You know what I mean? And they have that old adage, like with me doing so many different things. You know what I mean? Like stretching yourself too thin. And that's the thing too. You know what I mean? So I had to take a step back from a couple of different businesses, because my business partners. In different respects wasn't, you know what I mean, they weren't and like I said, not in all cases, in some cases, weren't holding up ends of the bargain and anything like that. And like I said again, I'm not perfect, you know what I mean, so it was in certain scenarios, you know what I mean, like I might not have been holding up everything, but I'll be honest, I'm speaking for myself, put my own chain, like I'm close to it. Like if I tell you I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be at least be close to it though. But I had to take a step back, because again, it's, at the end of the day, it's on me. So if I got my money in something, I don't want it to fail. You know what I mean? So doing a lot, you know, like I said again, it does stretch you, but I'm the type of person that, you know, when I need to take a break or something, I need to put my mind into something else. You know what I mean? So that's why I created so many different things. You know what I mean? It kind of balloon and snowball, and like, well, I got, you know, 5 or 6 things out here right now. You know, I got 5, 6 more in waiting. You know what I mean? And ultimately, you know what I mean? Like I was talking with somebody the other day. Like my goal, you know what I mean? I think my dream, you know what I'm saying? Like not even a like job, but if you could just say dream job is like just creating, man. I would love to sit and create, help people like build businesses. You know what I mean? Like rebrand and. You know what I mean? Like focus on how they can become bigger or what they can do differently. You know what I mean? Like they got commercial needs and getting the product out there. Like I would love to sit there and create. Like if you remember Jamie Foxx, he had the whole Jingles. Was it Jingles 3000 or Jingles 2000, whatever it is?
Yeah.
So I would love to sit up there and just really, you know what I mean, like create jingles and like stuff like that. And I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm gonna do it, but that's my ultimate. You know what I mean? Like dream job. I love. You know what I'm saying? Just creating.
No, that's dope, bro. And I listen, and it's just your work speaks for itself. That's if nothing else, it shows that you know what I'm saying. You are, and we talked about on the show before. We talked about visionaries and executors. You know what I'm saying. You had the ability to do both. You know what I'm saying. But in business, you got the people who had a big idea, you got and then you got the people who execute on those big ideas.
Right.
And that's dope that you do both, bro. So I mean, do me a favor, 'cause I don't think everyone knows all the businesses that you do have. You know what I'm saying? You mind telling the audience, because I know, as you can see on this hoodie, you know what I'm saying, we got Euphoria.
Yeah. So right now, this is the baby. This is the big baby right now. Euphoria Restaurant and Lanes, located on
Dope place, by the way, y'all. If y'all haven't been down there, check it out, man.
Please do. Located on East 30th, 1812 East 30th Street down there, right close to Cleveland State. So we're located in Midtown, you know, a minute and a half away from downtown. But full service restaurant and full service bowling alley. We have, it's a huge space. Like it's pushing like 60,000 square feet of. Man, listen, we got a whole second floor. So
I know you had a second floor, bro.
So like I said, we got the 16 lanes. We got the game room. We got, like I said, we got the restaurant lounge. We are building out what we call our red room. So it's going to be like a private member only Vegas style gentleman's club. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have that. That's gonna be dope. But on the second floor, and this is the thing that we're probably most excited about. It's called the Skybox Theater. You know, at Euphoria. So we're gonna be able to get, you know, over 1,000 people seated upstairs for shows, for events. You know, and I'm thinking. Weddings, you know, we're thinking, you know, big things, big ticket items, or event space, or events like that. You know what I mean? So we're working with a couple people right now, as far as getting everything finalized and designed out, and hopefully we'll be able to get started on that like sooner than later. You know, if everything comes through. But yeah, Euphoria is one, and like I said, everything I mentioned in there are all individual businesses. So Euphoria Restaurant is a different entity than Euphoria Lanes, which is a different entity than the Skybox Theater, which is a different entity than the Red Room, which is going to be a different entity than Euphoria, because all those businesses will pay Euphoria. So that'll be 5 businesses in itself, just right there, all making money and all generating revenue.
Genius, man.
But like I say, I have Comfort and Hearts Home Healthcare, so you know, we send aides and nurses and things like that to care for people who are, you know, sick or disabled or in need. Like I said, we have that. We have Indoor Paintball Wars, which is you know, right, which is like a little concept that we put together. You know, where we play paintball indoors, man. We built out some nice structures. We just hit the haunted house over there this past Halloween weekend, but it's a dope concept that, you know, was thinking about for years, and seeing this warehouse. I was like, let me just try this out, man. You know what I mean? So it's something that we tried, and it's true right now. We got a nice little cult following. Ultimately, what I'm looking for right there is to find its own home, because right now it's on the 3rd floor of a warehouse, and it's kind of, like I said, it's really a warehouse. You know, but we cleaned it up. But hopefully we can find our own standalone building, and we'll be able to do that business right. You know what I mean? Because like right now it's just like the little incubator stage. You know what I mean? I wanted just to test it out. So we have that, and like I said, I could talk about like multiple things like that, but I'll talk about a couple other, like Maven Body Studios. Right now we just focus on our online sales, but it focused on a lot of services for women, like non-invasive. There's a lot of surgeries and things going on with women going out of town and stuff like that. So my partner Ashley, she provides a lot of services and like actual material stuff like that for after surgery. And things like that for women. You know, that's Maven Body. You guys can follow that too.
We'll have all the show notes, by the way, guys. All the business we'll have in the show notes, so you guys can follow, support, and all that good stuff.
And the last thing I talk about just is as far as this speaks to, you know, just like the creative, you know, the creative part of me. I was in a, I was in a relationship with someone, and I remember getting into it about the simple fact that I didn't like, you know, like snuggling, you know what I mean, like cuddling and stuff like that. And I really didn't like really think about it and really dive into the real reason why I didn't like it. And you know, one night while I was sleeping on the couch, because she didn't be sleeping in the bed, I was sleeping on the couch. I woke up, but you know, one thing I did, I went to the Cleveland School of Art, so I drew, and I tattooed for a while. But I woke up and I just started sketching. 4 days later, I had an actual prototype, you know, for an idea that I had that made cuddling more comfortable. So I created something called a Cuddy Buddy or a Cuddle Pro. And what it is it's a device that we sell that makes cuddling more comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm sitting on and looking to get out to
That's
the right
dope.
person to be able to push, you know what I mean? So you guys will be able to check that out and follow
Yes.
that. But that's something that we're gonna be looking for because just with black people in general, when we're speaking about business, if we're speaking about business, you know, we kind of typecast, like when it comes to the businesses that we do, you know what I mean? So if it's a black business, it's gonna fall with 1, 3 down. We got barbershop salon, you know what I mean? You got a car wash, you know what I'm saying? You got a bar, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like, listen, with all due respect, like, it's cool because I have like every last one of those outside the car wash though, but and they are cool, but like it's kind of like we don't have like the different type of businesses. So the one thing I wanted to do, you know, was sit there. I was like, man, it'd be dope just to create something so I can say, like, right now today, which is just the 14th of November, whatever. Last year I became a U.S. Pet. I own a pet. You know what I mean? So
Oh, that's dope, bro.
you know what I mean? So I can say that, you know what I mean? Like, I have a patent on something, you know what I mean? Like, I have a patent on this Cuddy Buddy and this Cuddle Pro. So this is something that I really, you know what I mean? Like I said, again, eventually I want, you know, once I get, you know, this Euphoria in a better place, I'll be able to focus on that product, you know, better, because, you know, products and technology, you know, those are the things that take your, you know what I mean, like you from here, like to here, you know what I mean? And I really want to go the whole Kanye route when it comes to like that product, the Cuddy Buddy or the Cuddle Pro. And I really just want to get a license because, like I said, I got a book full of ideas, and I just want to be able to move on to the next idea as opposed to be stuck selling it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sell a product. I want to sell my idea to somebody who got the machine behind them to push it, and I can move on to the next product. I take a little piece of it, you know what I mean? Keep my name attached as the creator. Let me get a board seat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And let's make some money together. You know
I like that. Now, I love the fact that you talk about being typecast. I think, like you said, the typical thing in our you know, it's not like it's unrealistic to say, you know what I'm saying, that we happen to be in certain industries or whatnot. But I like the fact that you were going outside the realm of that.
Right.
And I think not enough we try to cultivate that. You know what I'm saying? I think that I feel like we're in a renaissance piece as far as we getting outside our realm and venturing in different avenues.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that we're here for it, man.
Right.
And once again, shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I know we're in an age where brick and mortar is where it's at, but now you look at you seeing the future or whatnot. And I think the fact you have a patent, bro. Like, I don't know, I can't tell people I know who has patents.
Or how many people have had that? You know what I mean? It ain't to pull your chain or anything like that. Like, when I got that in the mail, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I can say I'm an American inventor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? African American inventor. You know what I mean? Black inventor. I can say that, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Whether I have a sell one to anybody. Right. You know what I mean? I own a patent. You know what I mean? Like, my name will be in history.
In history.
You know what I mean? Like, just for. But I'm looking to sell a ton of these.
No, I think that's where we're gonna go, because, you know, I think we as men, you know what I'm saying, we like cuddling and whatnot, but it gets uncomfortable for us.
It's definitely uncomfortable though. So, like, I'm telling you, when you see it, you go like, man, oh man, like what? You know what I mean? We should just post like a little reaction thing too, like, for you though. But like I said, yeah, it was an idea that came on my head, and I, like I said, created it, put that thought to paper. You know what I'm saying? You know, put that paper into action. You know what I mean? Like I said, put the money into it. You know. Protected the idea, like I said, got the trademark, like I said, got the patent. You know what I mean?
So let's break that down, Chris. There's a lot of people on the podcast who are not familiar the process that goes into that, because I think people know about starting a business bit and probably getting an LLC, but they don't understand when it comes to trademark and coming out of patent, their ideas, because they'll just probably, not saying they'll probably tell, you know what I'm saying, you when you're talking about something, you have a tendency to let everybody know.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So first thing first, don't tell everybody everything until you get things protected.
Yeah.
Get it protected. And it costs, you know what I mean? But it's best to have things protected. So you definitely want to protect the ideas. So, you know what I'm saying, whether you know what I'm saying, file the business like legally, you know what I'm saying, get your EIN and everything like that. When it comes like as far as trademarks and things like that, you can hire, it's always best to hire a professional, man. You know what I mean? Like spend the money to actually hire a professional. They got trademark attorneys, they got patent attorneys. If you do not have the money to actually do that, you know, it's going to take you a little bit more legwork to do, but it's not hard.
Right.
You go to the USPTO, like the actual USPTO website, and like take your time. They got videos that will walk you through how to get something trademarked. Take your time, watch the video once, twice, watch it 50 times. But you can easily go on there and trademark something for a few $100s. Just take your time and watch the videos. Take your time and watch it. As far as the patent process, it's a little more lengthy process. I had actually went through a legal Zoom, and retrospect, you know what I mean? Like if you go through legal Zoom, it's cool because they would get it protected, but they always put themselves on there, so you would have to go. You know what I mean? They actually put themselves like on it. I don't know if they still do it because this was a few years ago. I got mine. They actually put their names on there, you know, with yours, like as a creator or something along those lines.
They still get a portion of it.
And I mean, kind of, sort of, maybe, but you know what I mean? Like their name is on there, so you have to go through a process to get their name off there, and it ain't no big deal, a crazy deal, but just know that their name always pops up on there. But I personally went through LegalZoom. I sent them the drawings. They told me what to do and correct and go back and forth, and I had a process in which I didn't. It was a challenge to my design, you know what I mean? And I had to go back and forth with the actual attorney that's on there, basically judging on whether I'm gonna get this patent or not. You know what I mean? So I went back and forth for her, boom, 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 and then we finally came to the conclusion that, you know what I mean, now mine can move unchallenged, and you know what I mean. So. And I got to the point where, you know, I can get my patent actually issued. And like I said, I got it March of last year. I got that approval. But like anybody who, like I said, I'm somebody who's always forthcoming with information, man. So like I said, I'm always wanting to help and willing to help. So anybody who had any questions about that, shoot me a DM. Like I said, we can set a time, and like I say, I can tell you everything I know.
No, that's what's up. And like I said, I don't like to assume everyone knows everything. Cause like I didn't even know. I remember back then my mom told me you want to pass mail it to yourself.
Mail it to yourself, right? I think they call it the poor man's patent.
Poor man's patent.
The poor man's patent. To tell you the truth, I don't know how well it works. It actually holds up in court right now. Right. But it ain't, like I say, it ain't gonna hurt to do. Like how you know what I'm saying? Like how much out of your day is that gonna take to do? So do it, because it could work. But like I said, there is a process, and like I said, it's not hard. You know what I mean? It's a little lengthy though, but. Like I say, just taking the necessary steps to protect your idea, something that can make you a lot of money, man, is necessary. So.
No, absolutely. Because last thing you want is you to have your idea, try to bring it to market. Next thing you know, you get a cease and desist letter talking about, you know, you can't do that because I already took the process of trademarking that.
Right, but if you got it, like I said, if you got to protect it, and if somebody basically takes your idea and stuff like that, like I said, I always say, like people like, oh, Chris, don't say this, that, and third. I'm like, all right, well, at this point in time, it's protected. So I sit back, kind of like, I don't know if you remember, what's the kid that sang that cowboy song like a couple years ago?
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, when he did that the old town cowboy, whatever, whoever, I don't know who it was, the country artist. He just sat back. He knew that he was about to sue. You know what I mean? He sat back, let it accumulate, let it build up, let the awards hit. You know what I mean? And then he dialed that phone. Like, y'all hold down. You know what I mean? So I almost look for y'all, somebody to do the work for me. I'm gonna sit back and wait. I'm gonna let it pile up. And I'm gonna call. Like I'm like, listen, you did some work, so you definitely deserve a piece, but I deserve a bigger piece.
No, listen, that's it. Okay, so we talked about the past, we talked about the present. So what's next? I know you talked about the Cuddy Buddy thing. Yeah, man. What's next up for you as a whole?
Right now, man, like I said again, we're through that first phase of Euphoria right now, man. I'm trying to get through the second phase. I'm trying to get through the second phase and to be able to roll into that third phase, which is going to be finishing upstairs, our rooftop bar, and really completing that building. Like I said, upon getting, you know, Euphoria is legs, you know what I mean? Like really getting its legs, letting it like really move and walk on its own. Like I'm gonna really be geared and focused on the products. Like I got so many ideas as far as physical businesses go. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I just know that if I don't push this product, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't focus on the other products, and I know products is like really where it's at. Like these technology ideas that we got, these app ideas is really where it's at. So I want to put my focus into that, you know, moving forward next.
No, and that's dope. And I love how you have to get the vision at hand. You know what I'm saying? That you have the fortitude to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because as we all know, I feel like not brick and mortar going away because it's only needed, but you know, the metaverse apps, like you said, technology. It's really where it is. Silicon Valley. The whole concept is, you know what I'm saying, I love what, because we bring Silicon Valley right here to Cleveland.
Right.
So that's dope, man. So this is one question I ask everybody on the podcast, and I like to ask a question because one, it may put people in a mindset of where they want the legacy to be. So, question to you: what do you want your legacy to be for you as an individual, and what do you want the legacy to be for you and your businesses?
Man, listen. To be honest, I want to be this is what I want in life, man. I want to build something that's so sustainable that, you know, my great grandchildren, you know what I mean? Like I want to go, I want to build something that they can't even tear down. Like I want it to be that strong. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to establish that. I want to be selfishly, I want to be like that person that was able to establish something. Like, oh yeah, what? That was great granddad, like back in 20, you know what I'm saying, 2015, whatever he did. Back in 2020, he did this, and you know, and and it's 150 years after the fact, though. You know what I mean? So, like that's the only thing I really think about. You know what I mean? Like being able to, whatever it is, you know what I mean, and like whatever it is, I want to be able to establish that strong foundation. You know what I mean? Like for my family. You know what I mean? To say that, you know what I'm saying, like we got something like this in the family that's significant enough to support everybody. You know what I mean? That's what I want to, you know what I mean? I hope that applies, you know what I mean? Like makes sense though. But
no, bro, I love how you said, I want to build something that they can't tear down.
You can't tear it down?
You can't tear it down. And I think that's fun because I remember Sister was saying that most families that are second generation, the money runs out after second generation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One, because, you know, they're not knowledgeable on how to handle money. But then secondly, they don't have the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the first generation was doing the work, getting grinding. Sixth generation just pretty much rep the benefits of it all. Third generation, nothing.
Right.
But the fact you say you built something that can't be torn down, bro.
And it's built. It's like it's a structure. Like I said, it's a whole structure. You know what I mean? That you got to build. You know what I mean? Like through lawyers and stuff like that. Even if when it comes to me, like not being here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my kids, my son, my niece, my nephews. Like anybody who's going to benefit from me is going to benefit in the way that I think I see fit. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a lump sum of money just left for people to be able to pick through. Like it's going to be a whole process played out. You know what I mean? You have to get to this to get this. You have to do this to get that. And you know what I mean? Like it. So when I say you can't tear it down, like I said, I want to build something so significant. Like I said, again, you can't sell it. You can't sell these properties. You have to do this, and you know what I mean. Like if you're not able to run it and pass this test to be able to run this company, you know what I mean. Like then you'll just be getting a percent. Like I wanted to be set up like that.
Yeah.
So
no, I think enough understand the process of going to set up the trust. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because the process you just explained was what a lot of wealthy families do in order to get these funds or get this business or get these properties. You have to do A, B, and C. You know, if you don't execute that, you can't do it. So it literally sets it up so you have to be, not saying worthy, but have to be knowledgeable, have to work at it to attain it. You know, it's not just given to you.
Right, Shaq. What's crazy? This might be it might be a couple years ago. I was watching Shaq talk. And I don't know if it was it don't even matter what it was. It was online. He was talking about you know, his kids, you know, like not being rich, and I seen Jackie Chan talking about it. You know what I mean? Like my kids, like Jackie Chan's like, man, I work my butt off. You know what I mean? Like I work my butt off. You know, Jackie Chan talking in his voice, but he was like, he's not giving. I think Jackie Chan was like, I'm not giving my kids anything. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? He's like, they gotta work for it, work just like I work. And I just sit back like, man, what? You know what I mean? So I don't know if I go to that extreme, but that child's really gonna have to show me something. You know what I mean? For me just to give. I'm just not just giving it. Like just because I got, $50 million or whatever it is, you know what I mean, and the Sweet 16, you know what I mean, I'm not about to buy my daughter no bill, you know what I'm saying, like, that's dumb.
That's
like,
dumb.
I'm not,
right.
You're not getting no jet, like, that's dumb. Like, I don't care what nobody say, that's dumb. I don't care how much money, like, you know what I mean, like, you gonna work for it, and you gonna have nice things because daddy got nice things, and mom got nice things, and everything like that, we know that, but it's gonna be within reason. Like, I see some of the crazy stuff I seen, like, on Sweet 16s and stuff like that, but a lot of that stuff lends to those kids being bums. You know what I mean, like, a lot of that lends to the kids being, you know what I'm saying, like bums, like, forget it. That's just what it is. That helped them get to that point. So, like, I would never do that. You always gonna earn it. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna work it. So, like Shaq say, like, I'm rich. Like, you're not rich. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna get you something that's gonna be within this price range, this reason, like, you ain't getting, you know what I'm saying, like, what I got. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta work for it. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that's where I'm at. But that's the type of time I'm on.
I feel that. So let me ask you this: so, what advice you give to, let's say someone's watching this right now, and they're saying, I want to get, not saying get to where Chris is at, but if I want to obtain a certain level in my business, what advice would you give to them right now, or what steps would you tell them to take right now to get to what they're trying to achieve?
Man, research. You know what I mean? The more information is key, man. Information is king. That's why they held it from us for so long. You know what I mean? Like, when you got the information, you're able to move in the right manner, man. So do your research, get information, plan it out, execute it, man. Follow the plan. You know what I mean? Like, it's all you got to do. You write it out. It's always an action plan it's going to take to get anywhere. Like, when you map question something, just look at it like you map question something. You know what I mean? From point A to point B. Make sure you're not following. If you pull out MapQuest and you're trying to get somewhere, and then you taking the wrong, tell you to turn right and you turn left. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up getting to the place that you want to get there, get to that destination, and or it's gonna take you long. And oh my God, this ain't working because you ain't followed the correct steps.
Right.
You know what I mean? So planning, man, planning. That's the big thing I can say is planning, research, man, execution, man, following the plan, following the script, man. That's all. You know, we what crazy is, like, and this brings a full circle with what ties in the conversation. You asked about that first gig I had. It was the Aflac office. I had a lady. Our regional was a lady by the name of Cheryl Perez. I learned a lot from her. You know, as a black woman who actually ran that office. You know what I'm saying, as a business owner and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things she always used to say was, you know, don't wing it. You know what I mean? Like, even when people go and they go and speak in front of people, you know, the president got to give an address, or somebody has to speak. You know what I mean? They rehearse that. You know what I mean? Like, when they go out there, just so they're comfortable in it. You know what I mean? Don't wing it. She always used to tell people, like, don't wing it. Research it, rehearse it, and then when you speak on it, you know, it comes out better. You know what I'm saying? More eloquent. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more to it. So, shout out to Cheryl Perez.
And in fact, you still remember how long ago was that?
Did she used to say that, or are we talking about? This is back. So I was with Aflac in 2013 to 2016.
It's stuck with you since then.
Man, yes, 2013 to 2016, and I opened up my own spot though. So shout out to Big Cheryl Perez.
No, that's good advice, bro. That's good advice. Okay, so and we about to wrap it up because I know you're a busy man. So we talked about quite a bit enough. We talked about how you balance it, how your businesses go, and just what you're doing for the future. What are 3 things you want someone who's watching this episode to get from tonight?
I think I touched on one, man. Like, one is, like, always, whatever it is you want to do, man, plan it. You know what I mean? Like, actually sit back, look, and plan it. Write it down, and then execute. Those 3 things, man. Like, so whatever it is, man, research it. You know, write it down so you can see it in front of you. They don't do vision boards and things like that for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, seeing something every day. You know what I mean? Like, something in front of you helps you. You know what I mean? And then follow the script, whatever it is, whatever those steps are. You know what I mean? Like, follow them, actually stick to them. Because how do you know something, like, didn't work if you never followed the steps? You know what I mean? If I'm making a meal and, you know what I'm saying, I'm skipping and I'm using this for that, and I'm like, oh, I ain't got that. You know what I mean? I ain't have half the ingredient list, and then I'm making, I say it's trash. Can I really say the you know what I mean? Can I really say this recipe was trash because I use all? So following the script. You know what I mean? Like, following the script. So those 3 things right there. Like, research, write it out visually so you can see it, and then follow the steps, plan and execute.
That's right there. So let me ask you this. So we covered that. My next question to you is, lastly, Where can people reach you? if someone wanted to learn from you and learn some of your expertise, they can reach out to you for mentorship.
No expertise, man. Just somebody who bumped their head, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, and know a lot of what not to do. But like I said, I'm always willing to talk, man. I don't require much. Only that if you do reach out to me, you know what I mean, like, and we set a time up, man, do not miss that time because. People, like, you know what I mean. You know what? I'm gonna go back to that. You said that's another thing. You said 3 things, man. Let's add a 4th, man. Like, man, be on time. Man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean. Do what you say you gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, as business owner and saying you want to own something, like, you know what I mean. Take pride. You know what I'm saying? Take pride in that. You know what I mean? And look, do what you say you gonna do, man. You know what I mean? Be good people. Whether you own a business or not, be good customers. You know what I mean? Like be good customers to it. Even if you ain't a business owner, you know what I'm saying? You're a consumer, which we need you. We love y'all. You know what I mean? Because business, like entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's hard. It's not, you know, and everybody push that thing. Everybody be a boss, so everybody not. But like it's not
ain't for everybody.
It's not for everybody. So you know, I just want to pull that in there. You know what I mean? Like just to add into it.
Yeah.
So
that's good stuff, bro. And like I want us to, you know what I'm saying, get on wax. I say we do part 2 when you get done getting everything set with the 2nd floor of Euphoria, you know what I'm saying, you come through and pull up, man.
Absolutely.
You know?
The pull up experience down in Euphoria, like absolutely dope. But they can reach me, like I said, Chris Bout Business Brooks. I know you said you're gonna hit him with the tag.
I have all
Yeah, that's the single one you could follow me on, and then like I say, reach out to me. Like if you got a business or anything like that, so I answer everything. Give me time to get to it though. But like I said, the only thing I ask, if you reach out, you know what I'm saying, I will contact you back, and we set up a time to sit down, man. Just make the time. That's all I ask. You know what I mean?
And listen, I appreciate you, bro, because like I said, I reach out to you, come on the podcast. I appreciate you coming through, man. And like you said, it's on time and everything.
On time. Be on time.
On time. Once again, I appreciate you, man. Once again, listen, y'all.